You're listening to The Occupational Philosophers with Simon Banks and John Rice.
Hello and welcome to The Occupational Philosophers. This is an in-betweener episode where we explore the worlds of creativity, curiosity, imagination, always with a little bit of philosophy thrown in for good measure. This is a short, sharp burst of delight, hopefully, for you to listen to on a run or in the car. As ever, I'm joined by my co-host, co-producer, Simon Banks in Australia. Simon, how are you?
I'm well, John. Good to see you. Nice to be here.
Good to see you. And let's get straight into this because something has very much caught your curious eye.
Yes.
And we're going to explore it today. What is it, Simon, that's caught your eye?
Well, John, if you've been spending any time on the social media platform for business people, LinkedIn, which I'm sure many of our business listeners do, what I've found is people are turning things that happen in their life into lessons in the business world that maybe shouldn't be there.
Right.
Now, as you know, we were talking about before, you were saying, well, these lessons can happen.
Well, yeah. And I do know what you mean. I can see sometimes where people might have had some proper life-changing experience. Maybe it's, I don't know, near-death experience or life-changing illness, or they've gone and renounced all their possessions and lived as a monk for a year in silence. You know, that's big stuff. I suspect that's quite valid. But that's not what you're thinking about, is it?
No, what I've found is the bar is becoming incredibly low from what you can turn into a life lesson. Now, you actually did some research on this, didn't you? Like, what are some of the interesting life lessons that people have chosen to explore?
So I did, as I knew you'd taken an interest. I did look, and there are some great ones out there. There's people drawing lessons between an electric toothbrush running out of power to then how that might be how you lead a team.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting one, a genuine. Visits to the dentist and how cavities in your mouth are like cavities in your leadership style. And then probably a favourite is wrinkles in your socks and how they chafe and cause friction and discomfort, and how you've got to attend to those wrinkles in your socks or leadership. I'm doing rabbit ears here. Socks, the leap to leadership. And if you want to iron out the wrinkles in your socks, sign up to this coaching program.
I love it. I love it. So you've hit the nail, right? You've hit the nail.
You know, sometimes it's now that might all be being done tongue in cheek. We don't know, do we? We don't know. But it does highlight some.
My sense from what I'm seeing is they're becoming a little bit less tongue in cheek. So I thought people are, just wandering around mowing the lawn and you go, here's a business lesson here. So what I thought, well, why don't we actually turn it into a template? I've had to think around how anyone can turn anything into a business lesson to share on LinkedIn. And you can...
We're just going to make the situation worse though, aren't we now?
Yeah, I thought we're going to lean into this. And I thought, well, how do you do it? And I've got a little template, which, we can put in the show notes and you can download and use at your will. So it goes like this.
And take pride as LinkedIn completely implodes.
Yes, absolutely. A template goes like this. Something happens, ... So, which made me think. I then have an insight from that and you follow up with a question.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. And this is a true story. Well, the first part is something happens. I was cutting an orange and it squirted me in the eye, which made me think about risk. My insight is risk is everywhere in unexpected ways. The question at the end of the post is, how has risk shown up in your work where you least expected it? See, LinkedIn gold.
LinkedIn gold. I was just waiting for you to add in, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
Risk turns up everywhere.
That maybe could be, and here's the thing. So insight could be, here's the thing. Okay, I like that. So I might add that.
So here's the thing.
Yeah. So the insight, you can share that however you want. Now you've got one. Yeah, fire away.
Okay. Yeah. I started to enjoy myself with this. So I was cooking an egg and I left it in for too long. So the egg became overcooked. And obviously what happens there, rather than a nice runny dippy egg, I had a hard boiled egg, which I don't enjoy. And that made me think, Simon,
Yes. Here's the thing.
It made me think about overworking rather than overcooking. The insight was then I said, hey, sometimes how we can overwork and we don't get the best result. We do too much. We go for too long and the result isn't the one we're looking for. And the question is, how many times have you overcooked your egg at work and got a hard yolk?
I like it. Yeah. Metaphor heaven. LinkedIn gold. LinkedIn gold.
Yeah, that was one of my first ones and rather excellent, I thought.
Yeah. And just an everyday situation. So I've got another one. I was out surfing and fell off my board, which made me think sometimes unexpected things happen. But here's the thing. You just have to get back up and keep going. Where in your life have you overcome a setback and kept going? LinkedIn gold.
Now, I have a similar one. These are great, aren't they? I think this could become a party game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, a dinner party game.
Fire away.
Well, in a similar vein, my toilet didn't flush properly. And it made me think, that's disappointing. And so I was filled with disappointment and upset at the toilet. And I had an insight. I thought, here's the thing. It's how we deal with disappointment and setbacks that makes a difference to not only our mood, but our effectiveness in dealing with that problem. And I wanted to then throw the question out there, where do broken toilets show up in your work? Yeah?
I like the one. Where do they show up?
Yeah, that's another one.
Where does it show up in your work? Yeah. All right.
This is too much fun.
Now, this is true story. I have a 3-legged dog called Peggy.
Do you?
Everyone wants to talk to Peggy, which made me, yeah.
No, wait a minute. Do you have a 3-legged dog called Peggy?
Yeah, we do. Rescue dog recently. 14 years old, cute little thing. She was called Peggy before we got her, but 3-legged Peggy. So I have a 3-legged dog called Peggy. Everyone wants to talk to Peggy, which made me think about communication. Here's the thing. Sometimes you just need a conversation starter. What do you use at work to break down barriers? How does a 3-legged dog show up at your work? It's true, though. Everybody wants to talk to us about our dog.
Okay. So, I mean, there's a lot of lessons in that one. That is rich in learning about leadership, teams, organizations. Where is your 3-legged dog? And how can you use it to open up opportunities and conversations with people? Yeah.
Where's your Peggy? Yeah.
Where's your Peggy? That's a hashtag. Where's your Peggy?
All right. I'll put that on the list of hashtags I'm going to produce. Yeah.
So, well, I'll tell you what, maybe we'll have a little vote on what we think, and maybe we actually put it out there. Yeah, we do it. I think we do it. Yeah, on LinkedIn, I think. The best one, maybe. That's definitely the front runner, albeit on 3 legs.
Albeit on 3 legs.
So I stubbed my toe just the other day. Oh, and I had unexpected pain. Here's the thing. How often do we stub our toes in the workplace? On a project or with a colleague or just for real on a desk that's in the wrong place? And I thought, here's the question. What can you do to stop stubbing your toe?
How does toe stubbing show up at your work? Yeah. I love it.
Have you got any more? I've got one more.
I've got one more. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, go on, and we'll have one more each. Yeah.
True story. My son brought home a kitten.
Can we have that as the beginning of as well of the post? True story.
Well, most of mine are true. Yeah, they are.
All right.
I did squirt an orange in my eye. You always fall off your surfboard. I do have a 3-legged dog, and this one is true. My son brought home a kitten as a surprise and said he would pay for everything, which made me think. My son didn't have the life experience to understand how expensive a kitten is. Here's the thing. Sometimes we overpromise and say something that we don't follow up on. Do you have a colleague at work who talks shit and never delivers?
you're winning hands down here, Simon.
My life, man. It's my
Absolutely.
life.
I tell you what,
So many
your
lessons.
life is rich in lessons and
It's
learning,
just a
undoubtedly.
rich metaphor,
Way more than me.
tapestry of metaphors.
I need to try harder.
Yeah.
My last one, I thought, was this one. I saw a butterfly the other day. True story.
Yeah. Of course.
And it made me think, how can I turn this into a LinkedIn post? And the insight was, how can seeing a butterfly be turned into a lesson about leadership? And so the question, what everyday experiences, however mundane, can you turn into a LinkedIn post?
However tenuous the connection. Yeah.
That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I think we could actually do those with guests. They could come in with a LinkedIn lesson to kick off the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Is there any LinkedIn lessons that they can come up with? But yeah, I think that's great. And we should definitely keep an eye out for those. And if you have any and you do come across these kind of lovely metaphors, and some of them with a call to action as well, don't we? They do sometimes pivot towards some sort of online course, webinar, book, or 7-step leadership program.
Yeah.
And they're always even more fun, I think.
That's the fifth one. So after you ask the question, where does stubbing your toe show up at your work?
Yeah.
Join my webinar.
That's been a lot of fun, Simon.
All right.
And a nice short, sharp in-betweener. We've actually managed to make it a short, sharp in-betweener.
Yeah, I like it. I'm proud of us. Well, I think there's gold in them there LinkedIn hills, John.
Yeah, and there might be a series here because obviously LinkedIn has given us the humble brag post.
Yes.
We've now got life lessons posts. And of course, maybe there's other categories. I don't know. You're getting ones that are quite personal now.
Yeah.
Or give you someone's voting intentions or political leanings. They're always funny.
Yep, absolutely. All right. So
which come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you go, whoa, what happened there?
The other one I like is along the lines of, I get up at 4 a.m. while other people are still sleeping, and goes on with that, all the things in their day. If you did this, you'd be as successful as me. It's sort of like, you can be as successful as me. Here's my day. Along those lines.
Here's my day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So maybe next time we design some posts that outline a punishing regime that if people follow, they can be as successful as us.
Yeah. Well, there's a real narrative and flow to it as well. I'm going to look into that. I might do another one. So I invented my own one for this one, but I think there is a longer narrative and flow because I think people do LinkedIn courses and therefore they teach that sort of storytelling arc, which shows up. So yeah, that might be our next one. Okay. I like it.
Okay.
All right, John.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Thank you for joining me in LinkedIn Success Stories. And as always, if you like the show, why don't you go give it a little, what do you call it? Review. That's it. Yeah. Thumbs up. And as we always like to say, stay curious, make stuff, have fun, play more, and most importantly,
date life.